Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
BBC News Business.
January 6, 11:07 America New York, Strike Daily. How Saturday 7 January's train strikes will affect you. What you need to know about the rail strike and other industrial action, by the BBC's Zoe Conway.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. January 6, 11:01 America New York. EPA proposes new rules to limit soot from power plants, vehicles. Compliance could cost industry up to $390 million annually, but save 4,200 lives a year, EPA says. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
January 6, 10:59 America New York. What airline chaos looks like from the inside. For a former executive at Spirit Airlines, last week's meltdown of Southwest felt familiar.
BBC News Business.
January 6, 9:46 America New York, Bet 365 gambling boss earns £213 million in 1 year. Denise Coates is one of the richest women in Britain, having founded the firm in Stoke-on-Trent.
Global economy.
January 6, 9:15 America New York, cheer up. Economic prospects for 2023 are better than you think. Forecasts for the year are bleak, but the narratives we're presented with have flaws.
New York Times Business.
January 6, 9 o'clock America New York. For freelancers, new federal help in saving for retirement. The Secure 2.0 Act provides for direct government contributions to retirement accounts for low and moderate income workers, though that won't start until 2027.
New York Times Business.
January 6, 8:59 America New York. A slowing job market poses risks for those who've been out of work for a while. The number of people receiving unemployment benefits has been rising, even as new claims remain low.
Daily FX Market News.
January 6, 8:45 America New York. U.S. dollar breaking news. U.S. NFPs plus 223K. Unemployment rate drops to 3.5%. The latest U.S. NFP report beat market expectations, plus 223K versus plus 200K expectations. The unemployment rate fell to 3.5% from 3.7%, but hourly earnings fell.
Marginal revolution.
January 6, 8:32 America New York. Herbert Gintis has passed away, RIP. Here is a link to the Festschrift in his honor. The post Herbert Gintis has passed away, RIP appeared first on Marginal Revolution. Related stories: as America suffering a social recession, privatization improves airports, beware the dangers of crypto regulation.
Global economy.
January 6, 8:31 America New York. Brompton's profits plunge as inflation and supply chain pressures take toll. UK's largest bicycle maker suffers reversal in fortunes after cashing in on pandemic boom.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
January 6, 8:01 America New York. Beer sales drop as consumers balk at higher prices. U.S. demand for beer fell at the end of last year after a strong run of defying inflation.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
January 6, 8 o'clock America New York. The Southwest meltdown. If you followed the problems that bad weather created for U.S. airlines over the recent holiday season, you know that one airline, Southwest, has been responsible for a hugely disproportionate share of flight cancellations. New York Times Business.
January 6, 8 o'clock America New York. What shows like Kaleidoscope tell us about streaming and TV? A decade of binging has transformed storytelling and viewing habits. But we may be starting to hit that transformation's limits.
BBC News Business.
January 6, 7:48 America New York. Shell to pay UK tax for first time in 5 years. The oil giant says it expects to pay tax in the UK due to the Energy Profits Levy.
Global economy. January 6, 7:13 America New York. Rishi Sunak proposes talks with UK union leaders in effort to halt strikes. Prime Minister calls meetings for Monday to discuss pay settlements amid wave of industrial action.
Daily FX Market News.
January 6, 7 o'clock America New York. GBP, USD update. Technicals hint at further downside. GBP, USD surrendered the 1.2000 handle yesterday following positive US ADP data. Head and shoulders pattern doesn't bode well for cable with NFP lying in wait.
Daily FX Market News.
January 6, 5:39 America New York. Euro breaking news. EU inflation drops to 9.2%. Core up 0.2% YoY. EU inflation dropped from a high of 10.6% in October to an estimated 9.2% for December. However, core inflation rose, suggesting that widespread price pressures linger.
Marginal revolution.
January 6, 2:47 America New York, ChatGPT and the revenge of history. I have been posing it many questions about Jonathan Swift, Adam Smith, and the Bible. Chat does very well in all those areas, and rarely hallucinates. Is it because those are settled, well-established texts, with none of the drama, still in action?
Marginal revolution.
January 6, 041 America New York, David Wallace Wells on the pandemic. Rather than quote the parts where he says nice things about Alex and me, how about a wee excerpt on the GBD crowd? Dr. Bhattacharya, for instance, proclaimed in the Wall Street Journal in March 2020 that COVID-19 was only 1/10 as deadly as the flu.